Okay, so for the budding hairdressers in you, we've got a couple of pieces of equipment, one comb, one scissors, okay, I would say a nail scissors more so than your kitchen scissors, and I just have a couple of sectioning clips, butterfly clamps, whatever you have, okay. So we're doing two fringes here, and again we're doing them quite quickly. One on short hair. For example, if your fringe has got to about this length now, which is approximately where it would be since lockdown, and if you wear your hair, for example, over to one side, what I would say is brush it over to the wrong side, okay? And what you're doing is just holding the hair, and rather than just going along and cutting this way, because this creates a very sharp kind of line, what we're advising is just to nibble into the hair. And a couple of things about how you hold the scissors. In hairdressing, we hold the scissors with our third finger, not with the second or the first, okay? It just gives us a little bit more control, okay? And when you're actually cutting this section, when you close the blades, you pull back, okay? And it just gives a slightly softer kind of finish. This will give you a kind of a slightly asymmetric feel. So again, we're going over to the wrong side. And then we brush back the other way. You can see we now have a nice kind of angle there. And then you can just comb the hair down, keep the fingers slightly tilted, and carry on kind of from there. Usually a good guide would be around the bridge of the nose for adults, because again, what we have to bear in mind is that the hair jumps up when it's styled. So again, just chipping here and retracting the blade. Okay, so that's going to give you a much kind of more softer type of feel. Obviously, you can go as short as you wish, but again, just be careful. If you go above the bridge of the nose, you could be in for a nasty surprise once you wash the hair. So that's just say one for adults. Now, for the children, okay, this may be what they look like without the peach. Okay, what I would say is comb the hair down, see where it's inclined to sit. In other words, you know, let it go, what we say in hairdressing, natural fall, okay? Then just take a moment to section out, okay? So what you're going to be looking at is where does the fringe finish, okay? Just spin it around there for you. You can kind of see where the hair kind of separates here, okay? So what you want to do is just tidy that up, see where the fringe ends, and anything that you're not going to be cutting, eliminate out of the way. It's less risk. And we do the same on the opposite side. Now, again, if I was teaching hairdressers, I'd be saying you have to make sure your sections are even and so on and so forth. But really all we're worried about here is what's hanging down into the child's eyes and how do we get rid of it, okay? So we now have our section that we're looking at, okay? So taking a section of hair, and again, using the principle that we used earlier on, we're just cutting up in tiny little V's, first of all, just to eliminate the extra length and give us an idea as to how the hair is going to bounce and sit. Now there's a few different types of fringes you can do. You can do curved fringes, straight fringes, bowed fringes, but let's keep it simple today, ladies. So once you have it cut, first of all, you can see how the hair is inclined to jump, and then you can go back in. So for children, what I would say, we were speaking with adults about the bridge of the nose. I would be saying probably around below the eyebrow to allow for it to jump, okay? So again, just to repeat so everyone can see. I would be inclined to take less rather than more, because as soon as you wash the hair, it's going to jump up. You can always repeat like I'm repeating here. And just by avoiding that straight line, it's going to be less likely to turn out a disaster. Use small sections and nibble at the hair rather than taking big chunks. Am I blocking the view there? I'm very lucky to have my partner, who's also a hairdresser. Elise is behind the camera, so she's the camera woman today. Possibly have a band-aid ready for your first attempt. And hopefully it will be your blood and not the child's. Once that's done, guys, shampoo the hair and dry it off and see how it looks. And again, obviously you can bring it up accordingly from there if you want to go kind of shorter. All right, so we'll go back to the Q&A now, and hopefully that might just help people on the way a little.